Dear brothers and sisters, it's very interesting to note that as we have completed or completing the cycle, so-called, of all the major feasts in the church, we are given a portrait, a picture of somebody whose life we can reflect and imitate so that we can become or try to become or improve our image and knowledge of God. And the feast given to us is the feast of the Immaculate Heart of Mary. This feast in a way projects her very own life. And today's readings, as you heard, talk about various traits or qualities of Mary's life, which are in a way imbibed deeply in her heart. One of them we can reflect upon today. We all know about the Annunciation, where in a way, for the first time, we hear about Mary. We all know that she was betrothed to Joseph, and soon they will be getting married. And at this time, God, in a way, intervenes in human history through her, asking her to be the mother of her son. Had she to accept it and she were to conceive, we know, as per Jewish laws, the consequences. That she will be stoned publicly to death for immorality. And yet, she knows that God knows everything. Whatever God does is for her good and for good of humanity. And she so the second thought is, I am willing. I accept what God has in mind. That acceptance was not just at that moment. It was right through her life. She constantly said, I accept, I accept, I accept. From the time of Annunciation to the various events of her life which the Gospel writers have given to us. Matthew has given, Luke has given. Every time she says, yes, I accept. Whether it is the child of the Son of God to be born in a manger, I accept that they have to flee to Egypt. I accept that he has to go from her after spending 30 years of life. I accept that this same son of mine has to suffer and die on the cross. And he knew also that this son will rise again. Knowing all the consequences, she knew that God was on her side, that what she was taking or saying was for the benefit of all. Maybe we could reflect upon our own soul yes to God, which we said at the baptism. We said again at the Holy Eucharist, our first Holy Communion, again at confirmation, and again when we said yes to our partners or yes to our congregation, I will follow. Are we constantly living our yes, or at times have we gone back on our yes because of circumstances? May the heart of Mary inspire us and help us to constantly say yes and live that yes the rest of our life.